Hey, what's up guys? So I've been holding off making this review video until I'm pretty sure I got a pretty good handle on the car, and I think now it's time. So this is a pretty quick review for the 2013 BMW 328i, not XI. This is the rear-wheel drive I. So let's do a quick walk around. So I placed order for this car the December of 2012, and due to holidays and there's like a misplaced order, it was delayed, so delivery was not until April of 2013, which is fine, you know, this way I missed the winter month. So there's a quick walk around, and you notice that on the top I have my bike rack on there. This is not normally on there, but recently I went cycling, so I kind of left it on. And I can kind of touch on the bike rack a little bit later on the video. So very quickly, I'm not a car guy, absolutely not a car guy. So this will be coming from a non-car guy perspective. And I'll tell you my reasoning of why I picked this car and how has it been serving me so far. So again, this is the 328i. You may notice that it may look a little bit different because I went with the M Sport package. And I'll also explain why I went with the M Sport package. So a little bit about me in terms of cars. Never a big car guy, never into modding car and stuff like that. I mean, I went for a phase where I modded my car when I was in like college, just slightly, just like the muffler, because I wanted to look cooler and sound cooler, but there's like no performance gain. But overall, I'm never really into the whole performance car performance scene. So just a little background on where I come from. So I moved from a Mazda 3, 2004 Mazda 3 to this car. The Mazda 3 was a hatchback, and because I do more, I'm a web designer and I've been doing a lot more freelancing, and as a result I've been meeting clients, and because of that my ex-girlfriend recommended that I maybe find a more appropriate more mature car. So naturally I think, okay, maybe it's time to go sedan. As much as I like the hatchback, sedan may be a little bit more mature. And then it comes time to find like, okay, so which car do I want? What brand do I want to go with? I took a look at a couple other brands. I think I started out with the Prius first, right? And then I went to the Lexus 200h, the hybrid hatchback basically. Yeah, I say no hatchback, but I still looked at it. And then I went to the Audi A5 because the car looks super sweet. And finally, I checked out the BMW, the 3 Series. And let me just do a quick breakdown. So I checked out a Prius. The interior, it's not that great. I think it's actually a little bit worse than my Mazda 3, so I passed on it. Although gas mileage is extremely great. So next I look at the Lexus 200h. Again, it's not a huge difference between the 200h and the Mazda 3. I know people are gonna probably like cursing me right now. It's like, what the hell are you talking about? But honestly, to me, it's not that big of a step up. And also doing test drive, right? I drive down Rockville Pike. If you're familiar with Rockville, it's kind of like 40 miles per hour road. It's pretty busy. Whenever the car shifts gear, it was really jarring. Like I was like, oh, it's like somebody like shaking me, grabbing my shoulder and shaking me. It feels like that. So I'm like, man, this is ridiculous. The transmission's pretty bad. So after I got back to the dealership, they're like, oh, so how do you like a car? I'm like, man, this transmission is pretty rough. But anyway, so I moved on from the Lexus. And then I looked at Audi A5 and I test drove it. It was a nice car. The interior is really nice, except for the fact that the sunroof does not open. The problem with the A5 is that the drive was really civilized. You know, honestly, there's no real feeling to it. It just like, regardless which gear you're in, the car feels the same, and it's really quiet. I mean, it's nice. To some people it's nice, but to me it's kind of strange. All right. Now I hear the S5 is a totally different beast, and it is a beast. But again, for my price range, I was looking at the A5. That's comparable. So I looked at it. I was like, oh, okay, A5 is kind of nice. Let's check out BMW as well. So I got a buddy, Peter, who's like extremely into BMW, really well connected, and able to get really great pricing. So I went with him to a dealership and we test drove the 328i. There was a question of whether I should go the XI or the I, XI being like all-wheel drive. Now, I'm living in Maryland, so in terms of snow, we don't get a lot. And the question I brought up was that, are you willing to sacrifice handling or the comforts for just that, like 2 or 3 weeks out of the year? So ultimately, I was like, okay, you're right. Let's go with the rear-wheel drive. And during winter, maybe I'll just get winter tires and slap it on there, buy a set of winter wheels. So that's my plan. Have not hit a winter yet, and I hear rear-wheel drive is terrible in winter. So that's my plan. Get a set of winter tires, and then during winter we'll just have a winter tire, and then we'll just swap it back out. But anyways, okay, so I test drove the 328. Really impressed by it. I mean, the handling and the performance, it's just fun. It's a fun car. I was sold. Next question is like, do I want a 328 or the 335? Now, I did not test drive the 335 because I know that if I test drive the 335, I'll probably get the 335. But the reason I chose 328 is because that in 2013, this year, they switched to inline 4 engine versus inline 6. Inline 6, well, while they retain the same horsepower and torque, at least for the 328, the 335 right now is still using inline 6. So this engine is pretty much brand new, inline 4 engine with turbo, and it produces same horsepower, same torque, but it has amazing gas mileage. So right now I'm actually getting 27 miles per gallon, and I think that's pretty amazing considering that my Mazda 3 was giving me like 22 miles per gallon, which is kind of ridiculous. Okay, well, enough view of the outside. Let's go in real quick. Oh, sorry, one more thing about exterior. The reason I got an M Sport package is because in 2013 BMW, they have like different lines now. They have like Sport line, right? They have like, crap, I forgot the other ones, but anyway, a luxury line, blah 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 blah. Basically just like different trims, not too much difference, except for the Sport line. They have like a extra button you can push that kind of put into sport mode. But anyways, the one that I want is the Sport line, right? Because I mean, well, I'm not a car guy, I still enjoy driving sometimes. But the problem is like on Sport line, the side mirrors are black, right? So to me that looked kind of, I don't know, rice-ish. So the M Sport is a M Sport for additional maybe $1,000 or so more when you consider all the package. They give you the white side mirror as well. That's why I went with the M Sport line. Otherwise, I mean, I don't care. But yeah, little stuff like this really bothers me. I cannot imagine this being black. Anyways, let's go inside and take a look. So interior, I'm on the red interior. A little bit flamboyant if you ask me, but when I ordered the car back in December, I was still together with my ex-girlfriend, and white exterior and red interior is her favorite combo. So I was like, oh, okay, I looked at it, not bad, let's go with it. If I were to do it again, I'll probably do, I like the red. I'll probably do black exterior and red interior. Anyways, so quick view inside. BMW had the bad reputation as for terrible interiors, right? The reputation is like they care about performance, they don't give a crap about inside. But obviously that has changed, because I'm pretty impressed by the interior. I would say it's almost comparable to the Audi, to be honest. Then again, I'm not a big car guy, so I can't really tell you for sure how you feel. Sorry, it's kind of dirty right now because my dog was in here. Alright, well, let's sit in here. Okay. So this iPad looking thing is actually the new way they're mounting the display. I like the fact that it's high up, right? So you don't really take your eye off the road too badly. They just kind of like glance over there and there it is, right? However, I do really not like how it just kind of sticks out like that. It looks out of place. I like the fact that this optimal screen size, right, for the location, but it just doesn't integrate well. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, I got packages I got for this car. I did not get a winter package, but I did get a heated seat. I got obviously the M Sport package. I got the convenience package, which is the best thing ever. Here. So this is my key. This little piece right here, right? Lock button, unlock trunk. And as long as you have a key on you, you can just kind of, if you touch here, it'll unlock. If you go like this, it'll open. Now I'm sure like a lot of recent newer cars have stuff like this, but coming from 2004 Mazda 3, I don't have stuff like this, and it's pretty awesome. And again, you step on the brake, push button, and car starts. Turn off the music. And they have like warning screen like this, but I was told that you can take a car into code and you can kind of modify how the CPU works or whatever, the OS works. But I'll mess with that later. So down here, kind of like your console, where you can control, you got a little turn wheel thing to, you know, as you turn, you can like move up and down, right? Pretty basic. Okay. One cool thing is that it's probably in all the newer cars too, but you can turn the headlight to different modes. The one I leave it on is basically auto. It'll automatically detect that when it's dark. It'll automatically turn on the headlight, etc., etc. And it's cool that when I turn the wheel, the headlight kind of follows you to where you're going. So it illuminates the place you're going versus where the car is facing at the moment. So I like that. And again, that's a feature that a lot of cars have right now, I believe. One neat thing that my friend showed me is that like these are kind of touch sensitive. You can just kind of like brush your finger over these and you see how the top is changing. So I thought that's pretty neat, but just a little gimmick. Otherwise, everything else is relatively standard. Got a sunroof right here. Right now the roof rack is kind of blocking it. Look back there, the center piece folds down and there's two cup holders for the back. Speaking of cup holders, I really like the cup holders. I guess like they finally care about cup holders and it's great. And on this car, I got the tech package. At first I was thinking about, should I even get the tech package? But then my friend made a good point. It's like, if you get a decent car, it should have a tech package. It helps with like resale value too. I'm like, okay, fine, you're right. So I went ahead and get that, and that was actually a really good decision because it comes with, you probably cannot see it now, kind of. It comes with heads-up display, like, you know, fighter jets, like those little, you know, kind of like Google glasses too, right? Basically, there's a projector that projects the speed you're going to right now, and also like GPS direction, like right down here, and you can tweak where it locates, and it's super nice. At first I thought it was just like a gimmick, I wouldn't care about it, but as I use it, I got so used to it, right? I really rarely take my eye off the road now because like all the information I need is right there, and it's super awesome. And right now I have about 9,000 miles on this, so I'll be taking it in like 3,000 or 4,000 miles. And this is covered by BMW's 4 years warranty, like basic maintenance to cover it. Let's see, yeah, I'm getting 26.7 miles per gallon, which is very, very respectable. I'm really glad. And that is pretty much it. Just a quick view of the BMW. Now the big question, like, this is how I like to end all my reviews. Like, how is it worth it? How much is it? How much was it? Is it worth it? And would I do it again? Would I recommend it? So MSRP, this car would have been like 52, 53,000, I think. But since my friend was able to get me invoice pricing, it came out to be about 45 out the door. If you ask me, right, first of all, let me disclaimer again, I'm not a car guy, so I don't put too much value on actual performance. Even with that in mind, the car's awesome to drive. It's like extremely balanced, right? I can hardly feel the car shift. It's so smooth. And of course, on top of all these performance benefits, there's a vanity value. And that is one of the reasons why I went with BMW too, because like, you know, it gave me a little bit more credibility when meeting clients, right? It's kind of hard to place a value on that, but I'll try. I think altogether, if I take off the vanity portion just to kind of like value the car by itself, by what it is, right? Without it being like, without a BMW brand name, I would say a fair value is probably $35,000. It would not be 45 that I paid for. It would be 35. I mean, it's a great car, don't get me wrong. It's extremely great. It looks great, you know, runs really, really well. But I would say $35,000 is a fair value. But now you slap on the BMW brand name, you know, and like what it stands for and stuff like that, it jumps to 45. I can see it. I mean, if people are willing to pay it, there's no reason they shouldn't charge it like that, similar to Apple products. A lot of it has to do with marketing and brand name and brand association. Would I do it again? Kind of on the fence on this one, but I probably still would. I mean, I do really like this car. And yeah, I think like if you ask me again, I probably would still do the same thing, except maybe I'll get black exterior. Would I recommend to a friend? That really depends. I mean, like if you're a car guy, you will love it, but most likely you'll go for the 335, right? Because you care about the actual performance, and I hear that is a huge gap in terms of like performance. If you're not a car guy, but you need a nice car to take you to meetings, and you may potentially, oh, maybe you're single, you want to pick up some girls, I don't know, then that may kind of like give it more value as well. Then okay, I say go for it. If you don't care about all these things, then there are other cars out there that would, although it may not drive as good, because this is really nice driving experience. It may not drive as good, but if you don't care about that, and you don't have to meet people, you don't care about having a nice car to meet people, then there are a lot of other choices out there that I think would fit you better. But for me, I think this car would fit. This car fits, and yeah, I think I would probably do it again. And that is pretty much it for this review. Oh, one last thing. If you're considering getting this car, please get the anti-theft option. It was $500, right? I was like, I don't need it, so I did not get it. All right, which is fine, because people are telling me that BMW is pretty hard to steal because they cannot just jump start it, right? So I'm like, okay, people can't steal my car, why do I want it? But then later I found out that, you know how in a parking garage you want to find your car, you know how when you lock it, your car will like honk or make a sound, right? Apparently I need to buy the anti-theft in order to get that option. Right now when I lock my car and lock my car, there's no sound. So when I'm in a parking lot, I don't know when my car is parked, I just gotta walk it. It's kind of hard to find. So just for that convenience, I probably would have shelled out $500 just to get anti-theft if I had known. But anyway, so this is a pretty long rambling review. I did not mean for it to be this long, but hopefully it is helpful to hear about an honest opinion of a non-car guy on the 2013 BMW 328i. If you have any question, please go ahead and leave a comment. And if it's something that I can answer, I'm sure like other people watching this video will chime in. All right, until then, talk to you guys later.